Prince Harry has broken his silence amid growing concerns surrounding Sentebale, the charity he co-founded nearly 20 years ago. Just over a week after his resignation as patron, the Duke of Sussex has released a new statement expressing his heartbreak over recent events and allegations and his hope that the Charity Commission's investigation will unveil the truth. Let's dive into what it says. So we know the background. We know what has been going on with Sentebale and Sophie Chandauka, right? Where she comes out and makes these allegations after the board asked her to resign because, they are saying that things were not working out. And because of that, now Sophia has come out and talking about this whole heap of ridiculous things, right? But at the same time, Harry is a founder. Harry loves Sentebale. Harry loves the people of Africa. Let's suit her. He and we know Prince Seeiso formed the company in honor of their mother. So for her to come and trying to do a hostile takeover, and that is what, in my opinion, is going on. It's a hostile takeover. That's what she was trying to do. And I think she didn't expect Harry to step down. I think she wanted this facade. And for some reason as well, she seemed to have something against Meghan. And I don't know what is going on, but is this woman jealous of Meghan? Because something is going on. Anyway, I'm going to play a clip from Jeremy Vine, and you have this young man. He knows Sophie Chandauka, right? But he was really poignant in his assessment of the things and very straightforward, and I love his take. And he just said, no, the thing with Meghan was so silly in essence, because that's what even a photographer would have done. They would have maybe said, all the ladies go in the middle. They normally say, all the short one come at the front. People do that. As a matter of fact, they're ignoring the fact that Harry was the one who pulled Meghan to him. So Chandauka was trying to go at his other side, which was like ridiculous. And the other guy was coming in. So it did not look good picture-wise. So Meghan was saying, Sophie, you want to come in the middle? And she was pretending like she didn't hear Meghan. I know that's what she was doing because she heard Meghan. Meghan was like, Sophie, you want to come in the middle? The other lady was beckoning her to come into the middle as well. So this is ridiculous, the whole thing. So I'm going to play you a clip from Jeremy Van and then I'll continue.
Now, you could argue Meghan's a win, more eyeballs, more cameras, more money, but that's not how it looked on stage.
You're exactly right. I don't know what to think. I mean, in the end, we were talking about it the other day and I said Meghan showed up and someone said, Meghan showed up. It's very disrespectful, that phrase, because actually, as you say, she took some time to support the charity.
But also she can shop wherever she wants.
No, she can't.
If her husband is somewhere, it's within her right for it to go wherever.
Not if
wherever the hell he is. How can you say to somebody, forget Meghan, how could you say to somebody's wife that they cannot go somewhere that their husband is going? I mean, does he have to pay for it?
Well, surely it takes the light away from the charity is the answer, and it's all about where's the spotlight, I'm going to hog it. Colette has written on Facebook, if these accusations are false, then yes, he has every right to speak out. That's Harry, obviously. Paul has said on X, see if we can see this comment, obviously he is within his rights to speak out. If they or she is lying, everyone has the right to stand up and fight. Kim on Facebook says this, he wasn't the only one who resigned, yet nothing has been said about the other prince.
Yeah.
Good point, and that's the Lesothian prince.
Yeah, the other prince is less newsworthy. This whole situation could have been completely avoided.
Yeah.
My day job, you asked me what my day job was the other day, and earlier I didn't mention it. I put people on boards. So I very regularly help to replace board members when a chair or board members no longer find...
You're a headhunter?
Yeah, Inclusive Boards is the name of the organisation.
Inclusive Boards?
Yeah, when organisations no longer have confidence in a chair or what have you, or everybody decides to resign, it is completely common, but you can do it in a way that is contained, where you avoid having to make public statements. And so I think both of them haven't covered themselves with glory.
Well, I'm just going to say, is there not a real problem with a white British prince displacing a Zimbabwean chairperson.
Yeah,
right?
but
is there not a problem
again,
with the way that
for
looks?
for the sake of balance, in terms of who displaced her, forget the politics first, put that aside for a second. It was the other board members who no longer had confidence in the chair. Now, sometimes with the NHS, West Streeting no longer. There was some politics, and the chair of NHS England stood down.
Yeah.
Right. He didn't release any aggressive statements or anything like that.
Sure.
He just, took the L and lived to fight another day.
It's odd that she wants to take the whole charity down with her. I agree with you.
I found that fascinating.
Let's go to Pat in Ayrshire. Hello, Pat.
Oh, hello, Jeremy.
Do you think this is another fight that Harry should be staying out of?
No, I don't. Why shouldn't he stand up for his charity that he set up with Prince Seeiso? I mean, this lady was asked to step back some time ago. She refused and she sued the charity. She then said on television that Harry was the one who gave out a statement, but no, it wasn't. It was Harry and Prince Seeiso that actually done a joint statement.
Yep, she said that he was guilty of bullying at scale.
Well, I think to be perfectly honest, I think she's exaggerating. I don't trust the lady. She spent £400,000 of the charity's money on consultants.
Well, she gave a lot, though.
Their permission.
Yeah, but her family gave a lot to it as well. But you raise a fair point. I mean, always these charities are quite expensive to run.
But interestingly, and I'd love your opinion on this, Samuel, I think, Pat, the bigger issue is, beyond the sort of scorched earth policy they're both now engaged in, is the direction the charity took. Harry sets up this charity 19 years ago when white saviour princes were in vogue. There were children orphaned because of the AIDS pandemic. This was about saving a little-known part of Africa. And actually, when you employ an African-born chair who wants to take it in the direction of development and wealth and make it more African-based, that's going to jar with your predominantly Harry's chum trustee panel and ideas of saving Africa.
Yeah, I mean, look, there are different types of charities, and some are incredibly localised and place-based, and this is an example, and there are others that have broader objectives, right? And so you enter a charity where the founders have a specific objective. In my humble opinion, I'm not comfortable with the idea of their objectives being broadened without carrying along the people that set up the organisation, who are responsible for a lot of fundraising. And so I feel like there are a lot of governance issues here that go beyond just the
Let's
drama.
leave it there. Thank you, Pat. Thanks to our callers on that. Later, one more call on whether Prince Harry is right to hit out over what he calls the blatant lies. Patricia in Birmingham, hi.
Hello, good morning.
Hello. What do you think about this, Patricia?
I just think it's a misunderstanding. That video you sent just now, it's a misunderstanding. She just wants to be where her husband is. I am married, and I want to be where my husband is. And I guess my husband wants to be where I am.
The polo, you mean the polo incident?
I don't, just a misunderstanding. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah.
You want to be where your husband is.
But then why is it kicked off? Why have you got someone angry and someone else storming out and someone else being sacked and everyone cross?
Maybe it's a bit of jealousy, you never know.
Right? So we know that Sentebale was founded in 2006 by Prince Harry and Prince Seeiso of Lesotho. Sentebale has been a beacon of hope for children and young people affected by HIV/AIDS in southern Africa. The name Sentebale means forget-me-not in Sesotho. A touching tribute to Princess Diana, whose legacy of humanitarian work continues through her youngest son, Prince Harry, and also through Seiso's mom, right? Forget me not, because they didn't want to forget their mother. It's especially sentimental. The whole Sentebale thing is sentimental. It's about Harry wanting to continue the legacy of his mom. And for this woman to try and do a hostile takeover with this Ian man that she had on the board, that she's also paying from the charity, she's paying as a consultant, and then in less than a day, she's putting him on the board as a trustee. Fishy. Does not make sense. But in recent weeks, turmoil has shaken the very foundation of this cherished charity. The UK's Charity Commission has officially opened a case into Sentebale's following concerns raised by the organization's governance. Sophie Chandauka, the chairperson of Sentebale, has made allegation of bullying and harassment within the charity, adding fuel to an already tense situation. The commission is now examining whether the charity has complied with its legal responsibility. So the charity is not looking into any bullying, misogyny, war, harassment, none of those things. They're just looking into, did they compile with legal responsibility? Did she have a right to appoint a board after the board showed that they had no confidence in her? Who were these consultants? Some of them I hear coming from Nandi. That's her previous job. I hear about her brother. I hear about this lady, Ian. There's so many hanky-panky things that does not add up. It's not making sense. Where are these people? How were they assigned? Who approved it? Why would she approve trustees or consultants so close to her, so close to home, right? What was going on? And when the board asked her to step down, she refused and said she was going to sue them. Now, Ariane Seeiso is saying, listen, we can't afford for you to sue the charity. The charity needs to support the children, the people who it was meant to serve. That's what it is about. Right? And another thing I heard that she wanted to change the direction of where the charity was going, meaning Harry and Seeiso wanted it for children with HIV, AIDS in Africa, children, whoever, and she wanted to change it to some ridiculous wealth, health, and climate change, right? So, how can you change the direction of Sentebale without the founders having agreement on that? You have to come to an agreement. You cannot make unilateral decision. What was going on? So, in response, Prince Harry has spoken out condemning the blatant lies that he says have hurt those who have dedicated decades to this cause. Yes, 20 years. Nobody ever accused them of racism or whatever. So how is it that now she's coming when in fact you have black people on the board? One of the co-founders, a black man. What is she talking about? The two co-founders put out a statement saying that they were resigning in consolidation with the other trustees. So where's this racism coming from? It's playing the race card, definitely. And in his statement, he says, and I quote, "What has transpired over the last week has been heartbreaking to witness, especially when such blatant lies hurt those who have invested decades in this shared goal." On March 25th, both Prince Harry and Prince Seeiso resigned as patrons of Sentebale, citing a breakdown in governance and a conflict with the charity's leadership. According to reports, there were internal struggles, including attempts to remove Dr. Chandauka as chair, which only escalated tensions. Now, with the Charity Commission stepping in, Harry has made it clear that he welcomes the investigation, believing that the inquiry will bring to light the truth behind their resignations. Despite the controversy, Prince Harry remains focused on the core mission of Sentebale, helping vulnerable children. In his full statement, he emphasized his hope that the charity would be placed in the right hands immediately for the sake of the communities we serve. But will this investigation lead to meaningful change, or will it cast a longer shadow over the charity's future? As the inquiry unfolds, one thing is clear. Prince Harry is not backing down from defending the mission he started 2 decades ago. So guys, do you think this investigation will bring justice to the situation? Or is this another example of the Sussexes being unfairly targeted because she actually targeted Meghan? It seemed like her vendetta or vengefulness was towards Meghan being beside her husband. How dare her? How dare Meghan? You people need to get over this thing, because I'm telling you, Harry and Meghan are here to stay. And whoever can't deal with it, that's their prerogative. Just get lost, right? Share your thoughts in the comments below, guys. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for the latest updates on Prince Harry, Meghan, and all things royal. So, bye, guys. Yeah, this is ridiculous. This woman is so crazy that she believes that, oh, Meghan was there and it caused a thing, and she didn't have the decency to come out and say, no, that's not right. You guys are misinterpreting what happened, what actually happened. She didn't want to be the Sussex's PR machine. Come on, girl. Give me a break. So, yes, guys. Bye. That's what I wanted to bring you. Bye, guys.